Alright guys, so to implement now the saving system, right, we need to do a couple of things, which is not complicated. We just need to improve certain things. So the first thing we need to do is that we need to create now a new folder called save object. I'm gonna open up and we're gonna go back here and we are just gonna basically open up what is it, this object. So we're gonna go back here to blueprint and we're gonna search for all classes save game, right? And this is just gonna be a BP save building car, right? Now let's go back. And what we can actually do here is that we need to add the logic to save everything, right? So I'm just gonna close everything here to the right, and we need to basically save all the objects we attach to the part. We need to get their current position, right? And then we need to basically do pretty much the same logic when we add the parts, and then we can actually reassemble the car using this logic that we had here, right? Like we attach the component and all that stuff. So the first thing I need to do here is that I need to understand the actors that I am doing this logic from, right? And the way you do that, we just need to get our base building part. You're gonna go back here. I'm gonna create a new variable called car parts, and we're gonna add this. So the problem that we have here is that we need the class and we need the transform, because if you remember correctly, we need to be able to spawn the car exactly where it was before, reassemble, and then we can do things with the car. So we need to create a structure. So let's just create here a structure called st car saved parts, and all we have to do here is the car part, which is going to be a class reference, and then we need the transform. Transform, perfect. And this is going to be literally a transform. Now we are going to go back here. We're going to add the car parts, right? And I'm going to try to make this super simple. We don't need to complicate our lives here, right? I am just gonna now basically go to the car mode here. I'm gonna create a custom event here called API. Let's say, I think we need to add here. So I'm just gonna add here simulate the car, right? And now we're gonna create another one called custom event called API save car, and another one to load the car. But the one to save is simple. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna create save from the object, right? Create save game from an object. Make sure you select the BP saving building car. We're gonna cast this to that. Now that we have this casted, I don't need to cast it. That's fine. What we have to do now is that we need to get our master car part, right? And we just need to basically get the body parts. Actually, what we can do here, I'm gonna do something. No, that's fine. Let's just keep it like that. It's fine. I had a different idea, but get the wheels, right? Because right now we just have wheels as well, and that's fine. Perfect. Now what we have to do here is we're gonna create this to temp save object. Make sure this goes to a category called save, right? Just so we don't have to recreate this object. We're gonna break, and what we're gonna do is that we're gonna do a for each, right? And on here we are gonna get our temp Now the temp has this thing called car parts, right? So we're gonna get car parts. Actually, add, now get car parts, add, and we're gonna make, right? That's what we have to do here. The most important part here, guys, is that to make it work first, and then after we always make it nice, like we clean up the code. Do not try to clean up the code as you go, because you're gonna end up spending a lot of time and then sometimes it doesn't work and you have to refactor things. And that it's usually an issue, right? And we just get transform. Of course, that we can try to make the code more optimal the first time, but you know, like right now, this could be a function, a repetitive function, but there's no point because I don't even know if this is gonna work, right? So it's nice to understand this. That's it. That's how we create all the save stuff. So we save body, we save the stuff. Now what we have to do is that we're gonna save game to slot, right? Now the slot name is gonna be save01. The object we want to save is that, and that's pretty much it. Now we can actually create here a keyboard, and we can maybe type, I don't know what's a good G, right? Yeah, G, it's good. So we can API save car, and we're gonna just do a print here saying it's saved, right? So we're gonna go back, we're gonna compile and save. Now we're gonna just add a new chassis here, another one, right? And we're gonna press G, and it's saved. Now I need to do a logic to load, so we know this one is saving, right? Save the car parts. And now what we're gonna actually do here is the load part. Right, the load is simple as well. So we're gonna do a custom API load car part. Perfect. Now to load, it's basically we just need to do load save from slot, right? Now this slot we can right now I'm hard coding this, but we're gonna make it better later on. Now we just need to add here. Now we just need to get the name of the object, the name of the save object called BP save building, because we have to cast it. Okay. And now I'm just gonna create another key here, keyboard. So we go G, can we have H? Yeah, H is good. Nice. The reason why I'm using those keys right now is because I don't want to pollute what's working in terms of the inputs. I don't even know how this is gonna work again. So I'm just gonna doing this, right? Now I'm just gonna do a print, okay? And I'm gonna get the length, and we should see, I think like 3, I believe. So if I press H, 2, you see? So it's loading up the parts. So this is working, it's loading the parts, but now how do we actually add the parts? And that's the simplest part, because what we can actually do here, right? So here's the logic where we add the car part, right? And look at this. This is already even kind of done for us. All we have to do is just collapse this to a function. On this case, what we can do here, the master car part. What I'm gonna do is, this is the pre-spawn, right? I'm gonna do something like that, and I'm gonna add pre-spawn here. The reason why I'm doing this is because I want to make this reusable, right? And since now we have to spawn using a saving system, look how clever we can get. We can do this, select them, we can collapse to a function called fn attach part to master car part, right? Something around those lines. Now we just clean up here. We're just gonna call this building block. Perfect. Now everything is just as fine. Now just make sure, you know, to test to make sure that everything's fine. You know, it doesn't change anything, but good. Now, like what we can do, guys, we can just go back here, right? So we're gonna leave this one here for now. We're gonna do a for each, right? And we are gonna break. We're gonna spawn actor from the class. We already have the transform saved, so it's there. And now we just have to do that. Now, if I press H, look what happened. And if I press simulation, everything works just as fine as it was. Now, there's one issue that I notice, which is this thing called stop building mode. Let me just double check why. So there, because the collision, there's something with the collision that's not right. There we go, called place part, right? So I'm gonna do that. Now, actually, I just need to remove this, apply these values right there, and inside here, make sure that you paste that fn place part, and you also combine everything together, right? And now, when I press H and press F, they have collisions, and that's what we want. Now, like, how cool is it? Like, we can go back here, we can get our chassis, right? Now I can create a very complex design. So I'm gonna add this part here, just like on the first tutorial when we did, but now it's much more simpler, right? We don't have to cast to a lot of stuff. We're just using interfaces. There's a couple of issues with the camera, but you know, this is all programming things we have to change, how you want to behave with the game. So we're gonna add everything here. Now I'm gonna press H to save, and I'm gonna press F. So look at that, I have a car, which is really cool. Now if I go back and I press H, it loads the car, and then press F. Now let's see if we press H again, what happened. Like, it just go crazy, right? But you know, you guys got the idea. The important thing is that now we can actually load our car. Now, one thing I can actually do, if you press H by mistake, how do we fix that? It's very simple, right? It's just all you have to do here when you press H on the loading part, right? I'm just gonna do this just so we can finish this part very quickly. Is that we're gonna get all actors of class, and this time I want to get all the actors of this class. Building part, right? So we're gonna add it here. We are gonna basically get we're gonna do a for each, and I'm just gonna do something like that right here, and we're gonna destroy any other actor that has that class on, and we're gonna load it up right here. Now what happened is that, for example, imagine you have your car, like you're adding parts to it, so you just creating your car, and you're like, you know what, I'm gonna load up. So it just loads, and the other parts, they don't get affected, and you can just press simulate, and everything goes back to normal. And I hope you enjoyed. This is pretty much what I wanted for this loading and saving. Now in the next one, we can explore maybe how we can control this car, how we can add thrust, turn around it, and maybe you know, if you're trying to build like some kind of a game where you want to create a flying car or something, you know, you can actually do it now. Hope you guys enjoy, and I see you in the next one.